What kind of a name is Pokken Tournament anyway? What are you supposed to do with that? Hey Mom, I'm going to a Pokken Tournament. She's gonna think I'm retarded and abort my stuttering ass. It was made by the same people who made Tekken, so that might explain the name. Something tells me this was a production title. But when it came time to actually name the game, they were like, fuck it. Fuck coming up with an original title and fuck you. Alright, so Pokken is a little different than other fighting games. The biggest difference is that it's like two ways of fighting. You have like this far away, like three-dimensional camping, for camping like fighting. They call it the field phase. And the other mode of fighting is the kind of two-dimensional traditional thing, you know. They call it the duel phase. You switch between this when you get close enough to your opponent or like grabs, and certain moves initiated also. I don't really know. But you wanna be the one who initiates the change into the duel phase, because then you get like extra boost for that thing. So here's all the things on the screen, like here's your name, here's your life total, you know, when it's all red, you're dead. Here's your boost meter. You increase your boost meter by taking or dealing damage, or initiating a duel phase, or picking up this small orb things from the ground. I know a bunch of shit makes you give boost. And when it's full up, you can activate your like Bankai Super Saiyan mode thing, you know. And when you're in your boost mode, your character kind of changes a bit. Light attacks don't hurt you anymore, and all of your attacks, you pretty much become stronger. You know. And you can use, you know, like your super attack that's like super good and shit. Here's your avatar. You can like customize the shit out of it. I don't really, yeah. And down here it's kind of hard to see. It's kind of unclear, but it's how many matches you won, you know, if I can get it, best out of 3 kind of shit. This thing right here is your assist Pokemon friend. Before a match you choose your character, and then you choose your assist pair. An assist pair consists of 2 Pokemon, and then you have those 2 for the whole of that best out of 3 set. But you can only bring one of them into the game, and they start off with a cooldown. So you see this thing, when this thing goes all the way around, then you can use it. There's also gonna be a little icon flashing in the middle of the screen when you can use it, so you can't even miss that shit. And they do all kinds of different things. You see the symbol here? If it's a red one, that means that your assist friend is an offensive type of assist. Blue is like defensive, and yellow is like it gives you a buff of some kind, maybe increases your attack or. Yes, nothing. Here are all the assist pairs. You can like pause at any time here if you want to like pause and see what each of them do, but it's pretty much, you know, the basic shit. I don't really have frames for it's shit then, but you know. Alright, so there are 16 types of Pokemon you can play as, and I made a little graph. So I mean, some of them wanna fight like close combat, and some of them wanna be like far away and like zone and try to like shoot shit instead of actually fighting, you know. So I made a little graph what kind of fighting style, so you can pick what kind of fighting style sort of you want. Alright, so Machamp is obviously a pure close combat one. He's got a few spacing moves though. Blaziken is like a close combat character with some spacing tools too, you know. Shadow Mewtwo is mainly he's like a big hitbox close combat with a few Hadokens. So he wants to stay not exactly on the opponent, but a bit from, so you can like hit with his own big hitboxes without getting hit. How far you get it? Picalibre, kind of like a wrestling Pikachu. He's got like this cool double team thing attack. That's all fucking hot. And he got some of the things that Pikachu got, but than a normal Pikachu. Also, this is a female Pikachu, you can tell by the tail. Garchomp has some basic long-range things, but mostly he's a hard hitter in close combat. Gengar is a mainly, you know, close combat with a few long-range kind of spacing tools. Charizard is he's got like some fire attacks and some like staying on the edge of the opponent's hits. But kind of like you know, Mewtwo, he wants to hit with like the edges of his attacks. So he doesn't want to go all the way in there, just kind of stay at a good distance. That's the good. Weavile is a very fast close combat character with a few basic, you know, spacing tools and some traps. He throws out these cool ice shit. Opponents get stuck in it and he can do shit and shit, whatever. Lucario got a bunch of Hadokens, but some Hadokens, and but he's basically a close combat character. He's a fighting type, so and has some spacing tools and some combos. It's cool. Pikachu is pretty much the middle character. It's pretty much all around good in everything. Combos, I don't know. Predicted top tier. Brassican has like camp range. It's like camping, like mid-long keep away kind of things, you know. Like staying not too far away, not too close, and then kind of get in and do shit. Okay. Mewtwo has big hitboxes, like same thing with, like Shadow Mewtwo, but he's got plenty of like mid-range attacks. That's why he's like further up than Mewtwo. Shadow Mewtwo, fuck it. Sceptile is kind of fucking weird. He's got a bunch of traps for spacing. It's like hang in the air. He's like spacing heavy character with decent CQC also. Chandelure is like a slow hard hitter in close combat, but it's got plenty of long range. So you want to stay away, and if you get either stay far away or stay really close and hit with your strong ass attacks. Suicoin is like a zoning long range character mainly. You wanna stay away if you shoot all your shit. And he also got some close combat shit, but mainly whatever. Gardevoir is mainly long range, stay away kind of character. And it's just pretty hard to play. It obviously has a few like close combat shit too, but mainly it's a camping one, you know. The camping ones are mostly Chandelure, Suicoin, and Gardevoir. Another thing that separates this game from other fighting games is like the characters start out with different total amount of lives. The general idea is the more life a character has, the shittier the character is. Or maybe it needs to stay in close combat, so it needs the extra, you know. It's pretty much, you know, the developer's way of balancing this. Like the developer's tier list, you're gonna get it from me. If the developers gave a character really low starting HP, that's probably because they thought it was really good, and maybe that's the kind of shit that they're gonna patch. And so here's the list. Here's the developers tier list. The general idea is that 600 is basic. If they have more than 600, they needed a boost. If they have less than 600, they were pretty good and needed something to even it out. But the actual average life total is 576, but whatever, here we go. So the top tanks are Garchomp and Machamp at 660, followed by Mewtwo and Suicoin at 630. And then at basic 600 we have Lucario, Charizard. Coming in at 570 we have Picalibre and Pikachu and normal. They're not clones, and mostly, you know, they're kind of different. But they do have the same life total. And also Sceptile. Sceptile also has 570. After that, we have a Braxian, Weavile, and the Gardevoir at 540. And our low life characters are at 510 is Gengar and Chandelure. And lastly, we have Shadow Mewtwo at a shockingly low 480 HP, I guess. I guess the developers went a little overboard with making this character, or there is something wrong with it, because crazy low HP, crazy low, and it's the only one. So it's clearly not a clone of the other Mewtwo. Whatever. Alright, so the stage is kind of unique in its own way compared to other fighting games like this. And I don't think that competitive Nersa has like noticed this, because Evo has the same rule for the stage picking as they have for every other fighting game. That if you can't decide if within 15 seconds you get a random stage, but I don't think that's not gonna work for this game. This game is more like Melee. You're gonna have to... my prediction is that a stage striking system is gonna be necessary in the future. We're gonna need that. Because all the stages, they're different, you know. Some are big, some are like egg-shaped, some are smaller. So like close combat characters are gonna wanna pick, you know, the smaller stages. While they're long range want to pick the big stages. It's kind of obvious, you know. Alright, so the controls, they're gonna release a new controller for this game, and so you can't use your like GameCube Smash controllers or adapters for this. But first thing, it looks like this. First thing you're gonna notice, it even though it's a kind of 3D game, you don't have the joystick thing, you know. You have a D-pad. But because the controller has no stick, you're gonna notice this also. The game is easy to play. It's very accessible. Unlike other fighting games, you don't have to learn like long ass string combos and your quarter circles, half circles. This game doesn't really have a stick, so you can't even do circles. All of the attacks is either one button or two buttons, and then you make up your combos on your own. It's kind of like Smash. It's easy to pick up and like hard to master kind of deals. So that's fucking amazing. I'm not gonna learn any quarter circle shit. this is why I'm gonna pick up the game and play it, and it sounds fucking awesome. And if you wanna check out the total move sets for each of the characters, I left those in the description. They're videos, you know. You can just click on your favorite Pokemon that you want to check out what kind of moves sort of they have, you know. It's some shit in the description. And if you look at the small text, you know that Nintendo likes to fuck their customers, you know. You're gonna see you can't use this controller for anything except Pokken exclusively. So you're gonna need one controller for your Mario Kart, one controller for your Smash Brothers, one controller for this shit, a bunch of... It's bullshit. Also, because the gaming type system here is that sometimes you fight from a third-person perspective. You and your friend can't use the same screen to play, so one of your friends, your opponent is gonna have to play with the pad. That's what? He's gonna have to use the pad. And look at that shitty screen with that fucking controller. You can't fucking be serious. Fuck kidding me? I was a serious player. Gotta, you know, practice this shit. I can't bring it. If I'm serious about becoming good and I have like a friend who thinks the same thing, we can't use that system. We both have to want to use like the real controllers. I mean, they're like in tournament settings. They're gonna have like, you know, two Wii's we use connected to each other. To connect it to two TVs, so that each player get a separate setup each. But fucking, I'm not gonna go out and buy two screens and two Wii U's just to have my friends over to play. I mean, how would I like invite my friends over for like some beers, you know, play some like we do with Smash, you know? But then like the one setup isn't even gonna be enough, so I'm gonna have to get like 4 TVs and all of my friends gonna have to bring their own Wii U's. But another important side note is that this is a fighting game that Nintendo actually, you know, endorses and supports as an actual esports. In contrast to, you know, the Smash series that they just like fucking hate. They don't want people to play that shit. But what Nintendo is doing that is that they're gonna contribute with over $100,000 in the prize pool. Now some dumb cunts out there think that's like, oh, so the winner of Evo is gonna get $100,000. That's way more than anyone totally has gained in their lifetime in Smash. That's so cool. And not really, it's not really cool. Because it's not like they're gonna give 100,000 to this pool of 100,000. It's like, it's the total amount they're gonna like spread out on all of the tournaments. Either way, it's at least a step in the right direction from Contendo.